Hi, this is Nancy Mansell coming to you from C&M Behind the Glass. We can actually extend that square root property to a more complicated looking equation like this one. As long as you have something squared on one side and a constant on the other side, this is going to work. So let's go for it. We're going to take the square root of both sides. Square and square root wipe each other out. And now we have this. Okay. The next thing we want to do is get rid of that 3. So we're going to subtract a 3 from both sides. And now we'll have 2x. I'm sorry, it was already subtracted. We're going to add a 3 to both sides. Equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 18. Still with me? Okay, next, let's go ahead and simplify that. 2x equals 3. Because remember, 18 has a square root, a perfect square factor, which is 9. So now we have this. Okay. That gives me 2x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2. Finally, the last thing we need to do is divide it all by 2. And we'll have x equals 3 plus or minus 3 times the square root of 2 over 2. Good job. What do you say we try to complete the square? Let's do a complete the square problem. All right, complete the square is another way of solving quadratic equations. What we're going to do is we're going to move that 10 to the other side by subtracting a 10 from both sides. Now, if I could just find whatever goes here that would make this a perfect square trinomial, then I could use this technique to solve this, okay? So here's how you do it. Whatever the b is, you're going to multiply that by 2. You're going to divide that by 2, and then you're going to square it. So what I need this to be is a 16. Well, you can add anything you want to one side of an equation as long as you add the same thing to the other side. Okay, so what did that buy me? Here's what it bought me. This is now a perfect square trinomial. Let's just factor it. It's x plus 4, quantity squared. And what do we have to do over here? Negative 10 plus 16 is 6. Good. So now it fits that pattern. We can just take the square root of both sides, and we have x plus 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 6. So are we done? Nope, the x isn't by itself yet. What do I need to do? That 4 is added, so how do I get rid of it? Perfect. Subtract 4 from both sides. And you just did your first solving a quadratic by completing the square. Good job.